Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay, thank you for all showing up today on a Sunday night. I just want to thank everybody for their valued time. Okay, let me start off by saying I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, anything you hear now, okay, just use for informational purposes only. Okay, trading stocks and options require lots of risk. Okay, be sure to get financial advice from a legal financial advisor. So I just want traders to kind of get accustomed to this. We will start doing a little bit more hands-on. Okay, get traders to understand what RSP is about. So we did this briefly with the options. So we will be doing options webinars as well. Okay, earlier at 8 p.m. Okay. Okay, I see Junior is hello everyone. All right, so what we're gonna use is we're gonna try to use the Join Me bubble. Okay, there's like a comic book bubble over here. You just press on that and you'll be able to say comments or answer questions. Okay, so we're gonna try to get through this quick. So what I would like is to leave questions towards the end. Okay, I will give some stocks and I will give some a brief description on some of the stocks. So if you guys do have questions after each stock, I will ask people if they have any questions, and then we'll move on from there. But overall, I want questions towards the end. Okay, if you guys want to review some stocks, want to go over some charts, or you guys got stocks in mind, okay, we'll address that towards the end. Okay, so I am recording this session, so I will post this on a link for traders. This will only be given out to RSP premium members, so please do not share this with anyone. Okay, this is for you guys only, and I want traders to understand that we have to respect the fact that a lot of traders here pay for the service, and without their valued support, we couldn't be here. So I just want them to understand that. I want everyone to understand that it is a privilege. Okay, so I just don't want to be giving out this information to just about everybody. All right, so I posted the weekly watch list for June 2014. Okay, some of these stocks may look familiar, okay, because they were sent out. So I sent out also a video on YouTube of why I feel that 2014 will give an opportunity for energy stocks to start creeping up. All right, so we got a $400 billion deal between Russia and China. You got Keystone Pipeline. You also got stocks near 52-week low supports. Okay, usually when I send out these stocks, it's for a reason. Okay, that's because stocks are testing master support levels and have not yet to break down. All right, on Friday we got a SMS message on TNEN, True North Energy. And True North Energy, if you look at True North Energy, take a look at TNEN. Okay. TNEN is okay, so TNEN, okay, right now is an OTC pink sheet stock, and it's an energy stock. Okay, if you look over here, okay, we have a float of 41 million. Okay, last update was November 11, 2013, and you have an authorized shares of 750 million. Okay, outstanding shares are 111 million. It's a pretty good share structure. Okay, the reason I take a look at share structures is because you want a moderate share structure. You don't want too much or too less. When you have a share structure that's way too, it's the laws or basic economics, supply and demand. Okay, if you have a big amount of supply, less demand, the stock's not going to move. Okay, if you look over here, you have the 52-week range is at 0.002. We saw a low of 22. What I noticed about the stock was that we had a huge support at 21, and then I sent out that stock when it hit 22 to 23. It gave that entry to buy that area. We actually saw 30 million shares traded, average volume is 2 million. So I want traders to understand that concept, all right? So that stock was given out at 0.002. Okay, when that stock was given out at 0.002, it tested a high of 34, near the high of the day at 32, above that 20-day moving average, all right? That 20-day moving average right now is at 0.003. So now what you're looking at is you're looking at this 0.0025 level to 0.003. Okay, that could be a re-entry level. Okay, I put a 23 over here because it may kiss that level. Okay, so I just want traders to understand that these levels. Now, if the stock closes above 32, okay, on 2 consecutive closes, your next pivot price will be 37. Okay, if that stock closes above 37 level, okay, then you will test this 0.005 to 0.006. Okay, upside potential, you have this high, okay, at about 0.013 to 0.014. So you have plenty of upside. So now what you want to see is any consolidation above this 50-day moving average. Once you get above that pivot, okay, you should see the stock move higher. All right, so I just want traders to understand. Okay, ATTD is what I call a return to the scene of the crime trade. Okay, we saw this with VMGI. We saw this with a couple of other stocks like TNEN and some other ones. All right, FRTD was another. Okay, so each time this stock, okay, hits this level at 0008, okay, it usually bounces and moves higher. Over here, we saw a high of 32. Okay, move back down. We saw that retest 0008. It hit a high of this 19 level, and then recently we just saw this move to 20. Okay, you have 1, 2, 3. Okay, a bullish reversal tails, and then you just managed to close above the 20-day moving average. Our pivot here is 13. Now, if you look at the in sympathy play, okay, of a couple of days ago was TBEV. That stock was trading and holding its 52-week low at 15. You had 2 consecutive closes below, but it tested that 0.001 mental support, and it traded from 12 to 15 thereon, and it ended up seeing a high of 0.0188. So now, if this stock closes above 13, you're looking at 16, 19, and a possibly move up to the 30 level. Okay, so I want traders to watch this. All right, if we look at ATTD here, okay, it changes 0001. It really isn't. Average volume of 8 million. Okay, so it is liquid. Recently, it's had 11 million, and it's had support at 0.001. All right, so I want traders to understand the levels, all right, of probability. Now, if the stock, okay, is the buy zones from 0009 to 12, you know that I had a low at 10. A good entry may be 10 to 12 with a stop close below 9 on 2 consecutive closes. So you have a probability buy zones from 0009 to 11, possibly 12. Okay, so just bear in mind that's what we're looking at for ATTD. Okay, let me just take the outstanding shares. We got outstanding shares of 181 million. Okay, from March 14, 2014. So it's fairly current. Okay, we're actually on June 2014, and it's got a pretty decent website. They sell this energy drink phase 2. And like TBEV, we saw that the stock was connected to the UFC, Mike Goldberg, and also the Bush Beer family. So that stock now is trading above 0.018. So I just want traders to keep that in mind. Okay, GBGM. I actually saw a recent documentary on poker and online gambling. There was this guy named Moneymaker. Moneymaker was a guy just like us that basically started um, playing poker online. Okay, and then he ended up going to the championships and won tons of money. Anyway, he was the game changer for the online gambling world. And GBGM was a stock that we gave out at 17 when it was at 52-week low at 17, and it hit a high of 24. It could not hold that 17 level, and then it just dropped down to 0008. That's why we use stops. Anyway, right now what I'm looking at GBGM is a consolidation period, a bottom here, okay, at 0008 it closed. Okay, so it's holding this bottom fairly well. If you look at the RSI, we got an oversold condition at 30, 0008 to 11, okay, and the pivot's going to be 12. Now, if it breaks 12, the next resistance will be that previous 50 low at 17. So you got nice upside on GBGM. You know, for a person that's going to place their bids overnight, try to get in at 8, 9, see that being a good entry on GBGM. Okay, the stock closes above 12. You can see this high, okay, this consolidation area right here to be tested, which is the 20 level. So just watch that GBGM. Okay, if you look at GBGM over here, liquid stock, GBGM is average volume is 3 million. We had pretty low volume of 931,000. That's pretty anemic. Closed at 8. Okay, 52-week range is 0008. A high of 0.019. Okay, looking at the watching it, 251 million flow. It's got outstanding shares at 736 million, and I think this is already baked in the cake. It's 4.8 million of authorized shares, and that's, I just see upside on the GBGM trade. Right now, if you look at what's in online gambling, you have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is huge for online gambling because now you really can't control online gambling. Online gambling was controlled and stopped in, I believe it was 2008, I think, or 2003. I'm not sure. Party poker was hit by FBI, and they took a couple of funds. But now Bitcoin has made it a lot easier for traders to trade that. So I just want you guys to keep an eye on the GBGM. You know, Bitcoin is something that will actually benefit companies like GBGM, and I like the upside on GBGM. Okay, CYBL. Okay, CYBL is a lotto stock. It's a buy, set, and forget stock. Okay, if you look, this is more on a monthly time frame. Okay, it's trading at 0001 to 2. It hit a high of 6 over here, and now a high of 4. Okay, so I'm looking at CYBL. Why? Because it is a revenue streaming company. Okay, and if you look at CYBL, okay, it's getting a lot of volume right now. Average volume on CYBL is 73 million. We had 131 million volume, and since it was at 0001, it's been being bought, right? If we look at CYBL over here on Profit Spy, okay, we come down here, hit CYBL. Okay, you're seeing some accumulation over here on CYBL. This is why I like it, right? The previous move where it hit 0002, it was 762 million. Right now, you're getting some buys at 0001. Okay, this is a good lotto play. If you saw this, the ICBT trade, okay, that stock went from 0001, and I think it hit the teens, and it pulled back to 0005, and then went up higher. So that became an ATM stock. Now, what I like about CYBL is I like the sector. All right. Right now, you know, we're in a military industrial complex. Let me just read right here. Our business model is to operate as the prime contractor for Department of Defense contracts. Okay. OEM supplier supporting existing prime contracts who hold existing contracts. Okay. So it's the DoD/military, Homeland Security are their customers. All right. And this is for LED, and this is what they use for the National Guard, U.S. Air Force, U.S. Army. It's bright eye tactical illumination systems, so night eyes, all right? Night visions, those guys that have been in the military or know these are very expensive equipments, all right? So I just want traders to understand this is the type of stock in case of any issues abroad, okay? You could see this go up high, all right? Authorized shares are maxed out at 20 billion. Okay, you got float of 1 billion and 1.8 billion shares outstanding. These stocks, don't go head first in these stocks. Okay, this is if I said forget Lotto, but buying the 0001 and 0002, you could see this, you know, hit a high of 5, 6, 10, and it's a nice move from buying the 000 levels. So I just want traders to pretty much understand. Okay, and that's about it. That's pretty much the setup that we have for the weekend. Okay, the weekly watch list. So these are the trades that we're looking at. Okay, now for some of the stocks that I haven't posted on the weekly watch list, we are looking at FXIT. We already traded the FXIT from 11 to 22. Okay, it pulled back down to 11, and it's been an ATM. Hit that low of 10, and then it hit a high of 16. Pulled back, came down to 9, never closed below. Put in that bullish reversal tail. Okay, and now it closed at 15. So watch any pullback back to the 11 level. Okay, but any pullback back to the 11 level, you could see this stock move higher. So FXIT is a pretty decent stock to have. Okay, it's been an ATM setup. Those that traded it could have traded it 2 or 3 times. Okay, you see 8 million shares is the average. You have 28 million on Friday. Okay, so let's take a look at. Okay, you have authorized shares. I don't know how current this is, but it's 400 million, and then outstanding shares is about 278 million. So that's FXIT. All right. So okay, so STLK was a stock that I sent out on Friday. STLK was given out at 11 by 12. What I noticed on the stock was that it was at its 52-week low. Okay, I like that bullish reversal candle on Thursday. Okay, and I noticed the level 2 on Friday. I sent it out via SMS. Gave opportunity to get as low as 12. I know VFIN was selling a lot of shares at 12 because I was monitoring the level 2. Those that bought, okay, from 12 to 15, okay, were able to sell that stock. It hit a high of I believe high 7.6 or 7.5 or somewhere around that range. Now you have that pullback. I put the fib retrace levels. I'm looking at this 0.0036 to 0.0004 level. Okay, if it kisses it, may see a low of 0.0032. Okay, my stop would be a close below 0.003. All right. STLK is a low share structure stock that was just beaten down. Okay, but now what you have to understand that you do have a parabolic move. Okay, straight ahead. So any pullback down to these levels could be a re-entry level. All right, watch for a bullish flag pattern. Okay, if you have some consolidation between the 0.005, okay, I mean the 0.003 to 0.005, you could see a consolidation and then a move higher. Okay, what level we're looking to break on 2 consecutive closes is a close above 0.0078. Okay, so you want 2 consecutive closes to confirm the move higher. All right, ultimately, I think that we could see STLK move to 0.01. Okay, we saw this move similar move to the TBEV stock. So just bear in mind. So again, that level that I'm looking at, look at that 0.0032, okay, to 0.0036. Stop close below 0.003. All right. Okay, UNGS. Okay, this is they recently announced, I believe, a marijuana sector entry. At UNGS, we come over here. Okay, I remember when I told guys that UNGS had a huge move. Okay, we talked about that gap fill. Well, that gap fill got filled. Okay, if you notice that 0009 has held that support. Okay, watch that 0.12 entry on the UNGS. They announced entry into the marijuana sector. Marijuana sector right now is picking up. All right. Below share structure, okay, of 233 million float, and then you have authorized shares 2,576,000. So take a look at the news. I believe it was this one here. Okay, the company has formed a wholly owned subsidiary whose operations will concentrate on the medical and recreational marijuana market in the Southeast. Okay, so that is something that we should pay in mind. Now, the stock closed above this 14. Now, if the stock closes above 14 on 2 consecutive days, then that means that 14 level should hold support or newfound support. So any move back down to 12 to 14 could be a buy entry. Just keep an eye on that level 2. If you see a huge bid at 11, 12, then you know you'll be safe on an entry at 13 and 14 because you have an upside at the 20-day moving average at 23. So think about it. If you buy it 11, 12, 13, you can sell it 22, 23. Okay, test or kiss that 50-day moving average. And if you close above the 50-day moving average, you have an upside potential to about 0.005 to 0.008. So that's something that traders should consider. Okay. So I want traders to just keep an eye on the UNGS. Okay. All right, great. So let me just go over next one. Okay, FOGC. Right now we have a bullish flag pattern. Okay, this move from 0002 had what you call the reinstatement. I guess this was a reinstatement, or that's what they posted. Okay, it moved higher. It hit a high of 14. Since then, it pulled back. It's been holding this 0006 level. You got the 20-day moving average at 0007. Okay, watch this level as 006, and 7. If the stock closes below 6, you have a stop out, and it may test this 0004 level. But if it holds, okay, traders that want to buy this stock, 6, 7, can hold it with a stop close below 6 and a potential retest at 14. Okay, so I want traders to watch the FOGC trade. Okay. Okay, that 0006 has been holding. Okay, you got a flag pattern here. This is what you call a bullish flag pattern. If the stock closes below 0006 or has a weak bid, then it's going to test that 0004 level. Traders can see to buy that 0004. But thus far, it has held 0006 and 7. So just watch that level. Okay. Okay, SREH, another marijuana stock. All right. This stock is a stock that we gave a couple of, I think I was on the last Sunday night, that 12, and it hit a high of 18, pulled back. Now it's consolidating in this box pattern. Okay. Watch that 000, I'm sorry, that 0.0011 to 0.0015 entry, because ultimately I retest of that 0.004 level. Okay, there are a lot of traders talking about the stock. Also, it is a marijuana stock. So any close below 0.0010 is a stop. You got 2 consecutive day closes below 0.001, right, for the SREH. Okay, that's another marijuana stock. Okay, NYBD. NYBD just got pummeled. Okay, it recently had a move from 0002, okay, and it tested 0009. Now since then it's pulled back, okay, and it's consolidating between 3 and 4. I think that 0003 and 4 may be good for a retest at this 0009 level. All right, so you may have 50 to 100% on this stock. Okay, since it's trading below 0005, consider it a lotto. All right, so don't go head first in these stocks, but you could see this stock trade higher. Okay, because if you think about it, the stock hasn't closed, okay, at 0002 for a while. Well, May 27th was only 1 day. Okay, put a little bit of a topping tail and it created panic, but I think that 0003 to 4 could be good entry. So just watch that NYBD. Okay, and that's about it. Let me just go in. You know, some guys mentioning some stocks. Okay, Wright and LGBS. Okay, let's look at Wright and LGBS. Okay, let's take a look at Wright first. Okay, so Wright is still holding. All right, Wright. If you come over here, okay, you still have the higher lows for Wright. Okay, the 17 hasn't been tested yet. It's holding that 23 level. Right now, the 20-day moving average is at 23. You got a little bit of a wedge here. Okay, what we want is that close above 28. Okay, so right now you have a tight formation right here from 23 to 28. If the stock closes below 23 on 2 consecutive closes, then it will retest at 17. Now, this stock was given at 17 and 18. It hit a high of 0.0034. Okay, traders have to understand that there are short-term traders out there, and these stocks sometimes will test these master resistance levels and will come back down. Ultimately, I think it's a good trade. I think there is a bottom here. All right. If you look at this, you have this divergence over here. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, you got this divergence right here. Okay, and now it's slowly trying to get back. If you look at this right here, okay, it's going up. It flipped. Okay, now it's a little bit, you know, under lower volume. So just watch this 28 level. If this stock can close above 28, then you'll see an upside and a retest of this 34. But if it closes below this 23, you will test that 17 mark. So and keep an eye on it. Right? I urge traders to have a plan. I spoke with a couple of guys over the weekend that wanted to talk strategy, and traders have to understand that in this market you have to have a plan. Right? You have to set parameters, what trades you're going to get in, what price, what targets, okay, how much, money management, and take it from there. Okay, I like LGBS still. I mean, LGBS closed at 11 and it's closed above the 20-day moving average. It's holding. It's yet to test, okay, that low of 0007. So, I mean, you got the 20-day moving average about to hit that 50-day moving average. Okay, so you have a little bit of a box pattern here. Okay, it's holding. Okay, we want that close, and I noticed that on level 2. Okay, you have level 2, you have 0.0012 here. Okay, and on the level 2, you have a little bit of shares being sold at 12. Since we're trading, okay, below that 50-day moving average, that's your pivot. When you close above this pivot, okay, that 2 consecutive closes above 12, and then what you'll see is you get a retest of these levels over here. Okay, and that's a good 18 to 19. Okay, you close above this level, then you may retest this high at 38. I still think that these marijuana stocks are pretty good because you got higher lows. All right. So overall, I still think that you have upside on LGBS. Will it take some time? Yeah, probably will. I mean, most traders that bought the stock were at 8 and 9, and now what they're doing is they're just flipping the stock to 11. But overall, I think it's a good trade. Okay. Now, some traders that can't wait, that don't want to wait, I want traders to understand that they got to trade their stock like employees. If the stock or the employee, let's say, is not productive, okay, and you're limited to how many employees you have, then what you're going to do is you're going to let that employee go, right? And that's totally up to the trader. So I want traders to understand that. So, all right. So, okay, Rashad says that he cannot hear us. Rashad, please call the number. Call the number on GroupMe. Okay. So when we do these webinars, I want traders. I want you guys to be on a little bit earlier so we can test this because it's imperative that we get this thing rolling. Okay, so he can hear. All right, great. So that's pretty much the stocks that I have, okay, in motion. I recently posted the MNVN video, which I thought was a very good video done by our tech guys over here at RSP. So they just put up some nice videos. I don't know if you guys remember, we had the FRTD video when it was at 15. You know, we still got this nice channel over here on the MNVN, and I still think that at some point we could see, okay, 0.05 test and possibly 10 to 15 levels. So, okay, I still think that this stock has upside potential. If you look at this, it's a big reversal bar. Look at this. Look at that green. Okay, that was 8.2 million volume at this level. Okay, so this is the psychological number. Okay, so I want traders to understand that those that were able to add here, they're lucky guys. So I just want traders to just keep that in mind. All right. Okay, so if you have any questions, you guys can ask me questions. If you guys have any stocks that you want to look at, or you want to talk about strategy, or you have about 30 minutes left. Okay, I want to also update and remind you guys that we do have the poll. Okay, the poll right now is 13 votes to 6 on GroupMe chat, and it's about to end. So those that didn't vote, you can vote now. Okay, because if by 10 o'clock the GroupMe chat has more, that's what we're going to use. All right, so I just want traders to understand that. Okay. Okay, so somebody is asking us about HVYW. HVYW. Let's take a look at HVYW. Okay, there you go. I think that we're back to that sweet spot that we talk about. on HVYW. Okay. Okay, this is the sweet spot. This is what I call the sweet spot. Okay. You can place your bids right here. Okay, 7 to 8. You want to add some 9s. Scale in. Stop close below 7 or 8, whatever you want to have it, whatever your threshold is. You got to move here to here. Okay, here to here. Okay, you got to move here to here. Okay, and then you have these levels up here. Okay, so this is like a vacationer, you know, going to Thailand or going to Mexico, to the red light district. You know, you go there once, you know, you enjoy it, you go back. You go back, you go back and forth. Pattern trade, what I call it. Pattern trade 2.0. So now the people that bought up here, okay, are selling down here, taking their loss, and then the smart traders are loading up in this range. And then they'll buy it, and then they'll sell it up here. All right, so, you know, this is a trade that, I mean, I like. It's a low share structure trade. If you come over here, HVYW, you look at, I mean, it's not a diluted stock. Somebody will always pick it up, maybe a street trader or one of those hype men on Twitter. Okay, you got an average volume of 3 million. Okay, you only had a volume of 12, so you know there's less liquidity. But I think 0008s are a great opportunity. All right, 0008 to 9, we're scaling in and just adding the lows. Okay, authorized shares 975 million. March 31st, 2014. You got a flow of 133 million and outstanding shares of 173 million. You can't get better than that. And this is actually a real product too. If you go over here, they actually sell this product. Okay, so you know they have money wherever they sell that product. So I just want traders to actually take that into consideration. All right. So, is there any other questions by traders? Any stocks that traders want to discuss? Any issues with the weekly watch list? How to understand it? Okay, great. Great. So not that many questions out today. That's good. Good stuff. Okay, I also want to let traders know if there is a want to look at, or let's say somebody just asked about HVYW, you can come over here to the search box, type in the stock, and the beauty of it, that most of these stocks, okay, trade pretty much the same thing. And what you could do is you can go over here, okay, and look for the stock. So I just typed in HVYW. PF, BBRD, there we go. HVYW, Harvey Westbury Group. Okay, and the same setup that I showed you. You see that? Okay, and over here I have a little bit of, it's buy zones 0009 to 12. But you can adjust this. You can set your own parameters. Okay, so I just want traders to understand that concept. You can actually type in archive all these stocks that I post in here. And also, I just want traders to see that I don't post these OTC winners archives just to gloat. I don't do that just to gloat. I do it so traders can see why, and how, and when these stocks. Okay, so I want traders to review the OTC weekly winners list and actually see, so they can look to re-enter these stocks. The weekly winners and the monthly winners. Okay, so I know RGNA has been mentioned in the past. Is it back to re-entry? All right, let's take a look at RGNA. RGNA was okay. I mean, I like the way how fluid it traded. Now the issue is whether there's going to be traders looking to buy it, but RGNA. Okay, so we got RGNA here. Okay, we had a high. Okay, from here now down to the lows. So you have upside. So if I take it to the highs, okay, your main resistance will be at 11. All right. So if I were to add this stock, I wouldn't mind taking a bite at I wouldn't mind taking a bite at 6 and 5. If I could get 6 and 5s, I'd be golden here. Okay. All right. So because if the main resistance is 11, 12. All right. So if I could get 5 and 6 and do a buy, set and forget, and wait for these traders to actually re-alert it or something, because this isn't a bad stock. Okay. Okay, 5 or 6, even 4 if it gets there. If you guys can throw in a bid at 4, because now you have the 8 and 9 that you have to worry about. But this stock is a low share structure stock that could easily break this level. I think the main area right here would be this tough part right here. Okay, that 11 and 12 mark. So you got, if you get in at 5 or 6, you got 80 to 100%. So the RGNA, if somebody mentions it, or because they have a real product out there, and it did really good for us, because this stock from this range hit a high of 24, pulled back, and then it hit a high of 24 again. So I like the trade. I think it's a good risk reward. All right. So watch that 5 and 6 level. Watch the level 2. Watch if it has support. Okay. All right. Overall, I just want to discuss some of the issues that traders are having. We recently sent out STLK, and we sent out TNEN. It gave opportunity to add at great levels, but what I noticed is a lot of traders are hoping to get at, very, very low support entry. And what happens is sometimes they place their bids and they don't get filled. Okay, I want to talk about the 30% rule, right? This rule, I put it on here, and it's the rule of 3. Okay, I want people to actually read these things. This is why I take my time and write these things down. Okay, I want traders to do this, because then they'll get a grasp of what they can do and they can. All right, so I want traders to understand if they can't get into a stock. Let's say we put out a stock GBGM at 0008 because there's about 20 million shares on the bid. Then move up the tick. Buy it at 9 or buy it at 10 if you want. You add 30% of your intended investment, and you get filled, and then don't go head first in the stock. So your initial investment or your intended investment is, let's say, $600. Go in $200 at 0009. Okay, I added up the ask at 9 for $200, and then I'll put a bid in for $200 at 8, or the rest. And then if the stock doesn't hit that 8 level, and it has, okay, I get a nice 50% move off the $200, and I made $100, and nobody's going to give me. Okay, so I want traders to understand strategy. If I can't get in if I sent you STLK, and I'm not saying that you necessarily have to trade the stocks that I sent, okay, because this is informational purposes only, and this is knowledge that I'm sending. It's pretty much education on how to approach the stock market, okay, or the OTC markets. So now if you're getting into a stock, okay, let's say this is a trade that I wanted to do, RGNA, and the bid was over 25 million at 6, okay, and there's no way possibility that there's on the level 2 25 million at 6 and there's only, let's say, 2 million at 7, then I'll buy some at 7. If my intended investment, okay, is, let's say, $500, then I'll just add $250 at 7. And if the stock hits a 14, now guess what? I just made $250. Okay? So I want traders to understand they must set their parameters. The buy zones are just for reference points only. Okay? All right. So that's for any stock, whether you're trading SAFs. I mean, look at SAFs right now. SAFs is a good trade. I mean, right now, look. If we come over to the website, okay, I think I just posted on SAFs. SAFs. It was on the weekly watch list, I believe, last week. Yeah, it was June 2014. Okay, let's take a look at TNEN was there. I mean, okay, AAPH was there. Okay, and AAPH, the lowest entry was 17. Okay, and it hit a high of I believe 24. Okay, MDIN. MDIN gave that initial entry at 12. It hit a high of 21, pulled back, and it hit that 11, and it hit a high of 17. MDIN is still a buy in buy zone areas. Okay. SAFs right here, 0.0011. I mean, I'm sorry, 0.0011. Buy zones were at 8. Now let's look at SAFs. What did it hit? Hit a low of 8. Okay, if you would have bought in the 8s, 9s, 10s, you would be up. And I still think this is a good buy zone here. You close above 13, 15, you're talking about from 8 to 13, you know, 40, 50%. Okay? Then it tests, let's say it breaks 18. Now you see 25. Possible move to 30. So I want traders to understand that you're not just trying to, you know, watch the levels, you know, place your bids, you know, add your 30% rule to on the ask, and then you guys should do good. Okay, so you know what? Okay, TLNUF. Sorry, Mara, are you recording? Yes, I am recording. I will be sending out the link later on. Okay, we will be doing this. Okay, as a reminder, at 9 p.m. Okay, every Sunday night. Okay, so traders that you are committed, that want to do well in the markets, I recommend that you guys come in, because this is good training module for traders to understand how to approach these markets. Okay, so you got TLNUF. All I can say is it's a lotto trade. Okay, we have traded TLNUF in the past, but right now it's sitting at 0001. You want to bid those 0001s, and you want to add some 0001 to 2. You want to get the blade special, what I call it, then go ahead. But you have to understand that you know, there is some risk, and you may have to hold a little bit longer. You got 8 billion authorized shares. You got 6 billion outstanding shares. All right, so just be aware of that. This is not going to be a quick trade unless you know something that I don't. So, all right, so great. So, all right, so that's pretty much it. You know, we had a great session. Again, let me tell everyone thank you. You know, we're gonna keep on working. I'm trying to get the best. Not even trying. We will, because those are words I don't want anybody saying. And you know, trying, hope, wish. You know, these are words set up for failure. So I want traders to stay positive. Okay, when you buy a stock, be confident on the entry. Okay, I see a lot of traders. You know, they buy a stock and they start panicking, you know, and you can't trade like that. So I want traders to understand that the purpose of trading is to take on allocated risk, but understanding that money has no intrinsic value, okay, and you're gonna use that useless money to make money, okay, and then start buying assets such as silver, properties, okay, you're buying tangible assets. Just try to get that emotional attachment away from money, okay. Um, we got a special guest, okay, Kafka, all right. Kafka is a guy that maybe he's still on. I hope he's still on. I want to see if he's still on. Kafka, let's see if he goes on. He put out a good video, and this was a video that he put out. I actually emailed it via email. I want traders to watch that video. This is a trader that had never traded any type of stock a year and a half ago, and he ended up trading and making a good amount of money on the markets. I don't know if he's on right now, but let me see if he's on.
Hello everyone, my name is Kafka. I would like to do a quick tutorial. I recently made a video for part 2, but I just wanted to show you guys, my E-Trade account, just for those that didn't see the video, and if anything, I'll repost the link on my video. And sorry for the loudness in the background. Have family over. Um, so I would like to just show you guys my account. Okay. Just let you know that I have never traded before, and as Maud said before, and this is my 1 year and 6 months, I believe, 6 months or 8 months trading. And just wanted to let you know that I have been trading only RSP's play, okay, and nothing but RSP. If you'll see my, history, you'll see that only our plays, MNV, STLK, TNEN. Um, so
Kafka, can I cut you off real quick?
yeah, of course.
Do me a favor, just see where you have that E-Trade account summary. When did you start trading?
It was the last year on January, I believe.
Okay, so do me a favor and click on that 2 year chart. You see there? I just
Yeah.
want to see. Okay, so you see that from when he started, okay, he's actually increased his percentage up to, what was the max move on that?
Right here it shows 2,075%.
Okay, so 2,075%, and that's pretty dramatic. All right, now I got to ask you a couple of questions. Kafka, were there ever times where you lost a considerable amount of money? Was there ever a time where, you lost trades where you basically didn't want to trade anymore? You got scared, you got emotionally attached. What was your biggest loss, okay, on any of the trades that you did?
Right. Okay. Honestly, there were a couple actually at the beginning of my trading days, um, when I didn't even know what's going on, and I did panic every time. I would lose money, $20, $30. I thought, whoa, what's going on? And then I would, from being afraid, I would just right away sell the stock or anything like that. Just not to lose more, because I did know stop loss. I did know, how these things work. Honestly, the most that I lost, I believe it was $300. I bought a stock and then it broke the support, but yet I didn't know much about support or anything like that. So what I thought, that the stock would go down, but yet it's gonna go back up. So it was like trading at 13, then it went 12, then 10, then 9. I was like, okay, it's gonna hit the 9, and now it's gonna go back up, and then 8.
Okay.
Right. So
I
I always know
understand.
that it's
So
gonna
so
go up, but
now
it didn't.
now what about when it comes to the approach? What do you think for you is the best way? Do you like the SMS text? What do you look at more? Do you utilize the weekly watch list? And if you do, how do you approach the trade? Because I know that we have
Right,
a considerable amount of traders, so I know
right.
there's sometimes a little bit of a rush to trade these
To
stocks.
trade,
But
right?
what
I
is
get
your
it.
strategy? What do you do?
Okay, so as I said in my video, I'll repost the link again. What I do usually at Sundays, I would come home and uh, I would see your post that the stocks that you recently posted, like today, your updates, and what I would do, I would place a bid. I would place a bid at the buy zones. Usually, if you say buy zones are 10 to you know 13, I would place a bid at 12. Okay, because I know 11s probably are support, and I would look at the chart that maybe there's a lot of I wouldn't be able to get to fit. So I'm taking a chance to get in at 12. So, or I would, wake up tomorrow at 9:30 and I would look at the level two, and I would see, you know, the structure. I would see if, the 11s are maybe 20 million. So I would place at the, one tick higher. If I see that the
Okay,
12s are getting buy right away, I see buy, 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 buy. Usually that happens. It's okay. I'll buy the 13. But usually if the stock would go 15, 16, 17, honestly, I wouldn't chase it.
okay.
So that's my strategy. I would
What
never chase a stock once I see
what
it's already
about
rallied.
using like what I call a 30% rule? Do you sometimes buy
I
some
do.
and then maybe place a bid?
I do. Actually, I do. And the 30% rule works very well for me because there's moments when I rush, when I see that there's a lot of, for example, buyers at 12 and then it hits their 13. I'm like, oh, wow, it's going to rally, it's going to rally. But yet the stock went, for example, back to 13, 12, and 11. It happens. So
Okay.
yet, if I bought at 12, okay, I'll place a bid at 11. It does
O-
happen, yeah.
Okay, now there's a lot of I mean, you don't necessarily have to tell us. I know this is going to be a little bit of a tricky question. I actually don't like giving exits, but how do you base your exits? And now, if you get out of an exit, do you ever scale or try to get back in that stock, or do you make a rule not to trade that stock again?
Honestly, if I lost money, I would never get back in it.
Okay.
If I lost money on it, you know, that's it. Even if it's at the best buy zone, I wouldn't. Okay. Uh, Yet I learned, you taught us 30% of lost. For example, if I bought at 12, I look at 30%. If the stock would go 30% less, for example, at 9 or something, and it breaks the 9, or if it's below 30%, I would sell it. I also have stop loss. If I see, the stop loss is 10, and it hit 9, or I see it's breaking 10, I would get out. Okay. Um, if I see that I bought a stock, it did well. Okay, it went 80%, 60%, whatever it is, and then it's going back again to 11. Yeah, I would rebuy it again, of course. I would take all the
Okay.
juice out of that stock.
Okay.
you
Yeah,
know,
I mean, I think that's a good strategy. I think when you have a stock like FXIT that
three
goes
times you could have
22,
traded. Three times.
right,
Three
right,
times it went up and down, up and down, up and down. I could have, yeah. Any trader
right.
could have traded 3 times. And as well as I'm not sure, as I said in my video, I'm not sure if I can say this, but honestly, I do put my sell orders depending on some of the percentage that I I want to put.
Oh, okay.
60%, 70%, 80%.
So you
I have
scale
my
it up.
margins. Yeah, I have my
Oh, okay.
margins. If I invested this much, I want to get out of 60%. It hits my sell order. It hits not. Okay,
Now, when you trade, are you in front of your computer all day, or do you have a
No,
job, or
I have
what do you
I
do?
have 9 to 7 jobs.
Oh,
The only
okay.
time I have is Sunday, as I said, Sunday or maybe Monday 9:30 right away. I would just see the levels, place my bid, and leave.
Right, because I know I sometimes see you on the chat room. I don't know if you're mobile or you're in front of the
Yeah,
computer.
I might be mobile. I take breaks. My job is not, I don't crazy work on it. Of course, I take times. Usually I do take times to see maybe the stock broke stop close.
Oh, okay.
It's possible. I placed a bid at 10. maybe didn't rally or something happened, it broke the stop loss at 10, and now it's at 9 or 8, so I can sell it.
Okay, now my last question to you: what is this to you? Like trading? Is this a hobby? Is this something that you see yourself doing for a long time? And if so, what do you do with with this money that you make? I mean, you like again, I don't sometimes just reinvest or start buying other things, buy
Right.
cars, but
Mhm.
what is your aspect? What are you trying? What your goal? You achieve? You going to college? You sound like a young kid. So
Right. Well, honestly, I recently graduated from college. I got,
congratulations.
yeah, thank you. Nothing to be celebrated, honestly. I picked up my diploma and it's sitting in my closet.
Yeah, you don't
So
want me to
it's
get on.
getting dust. Yeah, don't get in that
Yeah,
subject. Um, so yeah, well, yeah, I graduated, and honestly, this is the money that I would invest somewhere. Okay, the money that I make on my job that pays my bills, and honestly, money that I make here, I believe I see myself making this money work for me. The way they are working right now, uh, currently this money that I have in E-Trade, they're working for me because money brings money. So I do see this money that I make here to get out of the E-Trade and go somewhere where money would make money for me. Like I bought silver. I have 80 ounces of silver at the moment. Uh, and I'm planning to buy more. I'm 100% planning to buy more. Uh,
but
as well as silver. I'm planning on doing other stuff. I also have ideas where I can invest the money and make those money work for me and
it's a
bring me
great
more money.
idea. That's great.
Right?
That's a great idea. Well, I thank you for your time. I know that I don't want to put you on the spot. Some people are asking who you are. Well, this is Kafka. He was so generous and nice to actually put out his personal information and he put out his account. So I just want to thank him for that. And we want to keep on seeing your updates, man. I mean, this
Yeah,
is
no
good
problem.
stuff.
Of course. Uh,
Um,
he don't
if
live in.
if you have any questions for Kafka now, I don't know if you can answer some questions. I know you're
Yeah, yeah.
busy. It
Please
sounds like you
don't.
got a party out
Yeah, I
there.
have family coming over today, but it's okay.
Or
As long as it doesn't bother you guys, it doesn't bother me.
no, I mean I'm gonna be here for a couple of minutes. I guess we can give the questions. If anybody got any questions for
Right,
Kafka,
please. I mean, listen, guys. I
he's
just
got.
wanna say that. Sorry, I cut you off, mode. That I'm just a
Right.
trader, mode. I'm just a trader like anybody else in this in this room. I also never traded before. I never worked as in a team before. Honestly, never looked at charts. Nothing. And I started 1 year and 6 months ago, exact. Okay, and everything with this team. I never jumped to any other team. Never signed up signed up to anything else. 1 year and 6 months with you guys only. And only
Well,
your pick, as I said before. So I'm just
well,
a
I I,
trader.
I I
Sharing my
appreciate it.
testimonial.
No, I mean it's great, but as you evolve as a trader, I think you will find out, your own personal trades as well. I mean, look, if you enjoy, just trading the stocks that we put out, then more power to you. But at the same time, it sounds like you're very smart individual. I'm sure you're going to do well in the markets, regardless whether it's
Thank you.
RSP or somewhere else. So I just want to thank. I guess there's not really too many people asking questions. So Kafka, I'll
I
let you
believe
go.
somebody wrote something. Oh, very inspiration. Thank you. Oh, no problem. Sorry, I thought that's a question. Didn't
Um,
want to miss.
right.
Yeah. Okay. And thank you guys as well for being a nice team. I have pleasure working with you guys and communicating and learning a lot of stuff.
That's
So
great, man. I hope you could keep us updated, man. Please keep us
yeah, of course,
updated. That
of
would
course.
be awesome. All right, Kafka. Thank you and have a good night. Enjoy your night. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You too, guys. Thank you.
Okay, guys. That's about it. That's gonna wrap up our setups. Those that wanna chat, I guess let me actually look at what we did with see what we're doing with this chat. If GroupMe is going to be the chat of choice. Okay, so that's it. You know, the GroupMe chat is the one that we're gonna do. GroupMe chat will be the one that we will use. We will implement the GroupMe chat. I will transition slowly from Skype, so I will have the Skype up, but we will be transitioning to the to the um, to the GroupMe chat. I mean, it's kind of weird that we just had 13 votes and it was a total of 19 votes. I mean, it shows you how much people look at the website. But I mean, hey, what are we gonna do? So, what was I gonna tell you guys? That's about it. You know, if you guys have any questions now, okay, we will be continuing to upgrade and to be more involved. And yes, I am recording this, and I will send out the transcript over email. So that will be going out to RSP Premium members only. Okay, so thank you all. You know, I want to thank everybody for their time and patience. I know we've been having a little trouble with the technology here, but I think we're slowly getting a grasp of it. So just want to wish everybody a good night, get some sleep. Okay, we will be training tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good night.